What's happening now across the Niagara frontier? News stories, old stories, stuff you know about and stuff you'd never believe. It's the Niagara Hub Soapbox with Craig Avery.
All right, well, spring is in the air here, and the tourists are coming. The helicopters are buzzing by today. I'm excited to see things finally happening in the post-winter days here. We have two great volunteers in the area who are going to make the Memorial Day Parade something special. I know it's something that kind of kicks off our season, and we want to welcome Terry Tompkins and Bill Carroll, and we're going to hear about how great in a couple of weeks now, it's already May, we've got a great parade planned. So tell us about it.
Well, on the 28th of May, the City of Niagara Falls, through the Niagara Falls Veterans Memorial Commission, is conducting or hosting the City Parade. It'll be in recognition of the veterans who have served. It'll start at Pine Avenue on the City Market, and where everybody congregates, and it'll move up or east on Pine Avenue,
Yes.
and end at the Commission's monument right inside Hyde Park. And through different channels, the parade ended up being put together by a group of organizers. Primarily Terry started it, and I think Terry took this role on. What I've discovered is she's a tremendous organizer. She's very meticulous and detailed, and as part of Ken Tompkins, City Councilman Tompkins' efforts, she assumed the role for this parade. And what I've done is, parades cost money, a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't think that, but they do.
No.
And
I figured a couple balloons and some glow rings or something.
And
but
the thing is, like a band just to show up, even though it's Memorial Day and they'll do this for the veterans, still has transportation cost. There's insurance liability. So there's a lot of overhead. And when we started looking at the overhead, we began to think, well, we've got to put together an initiative to raise funds. So everybody goes, and this is a personal situation, but everybody always goes to the city and says, give me tax money, give me casino money. We thought, this is for the people of Niagara Falls. Why don't we see if we can get business and individuals in the city to support the parade? So we started the solicitation.
Yeah, it's a community effort.
Now, first and foremost, what I'd like to say, and then Terry can expand on it a little bit, but I have never been involved in something where the entire city of Niagara Falls has come together in a manner like this, without any backbiting or undercutting. They've sat there and all said, how can I help? We had a meeting out at the Masons Lodge in early part of March, I believe it was. The Masons donated the lodge on a Tuesday for a meeting on Saturday. Said, you can use our facility. We must have had 60 people show up. Some with parade experience. Do you know how hard it is to run a parade?
wow, yeah.
They came in from Lewiston, gave us information, what bands to go attract, what groups to get, how to organize things. The Kiwanis Club, in particular, I'd like to really reach out and thank Candace Casero. She's run parades in the past, and she's just taken on that whole responsibility of marshaling the groups and the bands and
The staging.
yeah, the staging. Thank you for the word.
Yeah. How
Terry, have you been involved in parades before, other
No.
than holding your kids back so they don't get run
Pretty
over by a
much.
fire truck?
Yeah, pick up the candy and go. No, I haven't. I have not I've had different types of community involvement, but not to this extent.
Mhm.
So, but it's been been an eye-opening experience. But it's wonderful, as Bill said, about the community involvement.
Cool.
We put out the word, and a little bit of solicitation here and there, and it has come in droves. It's been fantastic to see.
Give you two examples. Things that are just real out of the kindness of these businesses' hearts. Pine Avenue McDonald's. They have actually put out an announcement from 7 a.m. on the morning of the 28th
Yes.
to noon. Free breakfast for anybody with a card, any vet that has supporting paperwork.
Yes.
Carmine's from noon to 4, offering spaghetti and beer free to any vet with their papers.
Yeah. You just have to have a current ID card. And
Wow.
I mean, these are just generous situations. Tim Hortons, I picked up the phone when we first decided we needed some money. and I contacted Bob Burns at Tim Hortons. He was back to me in 5 minutes, donating money for the parade, and we had the check within 2 or 3 days. Covanta here in town. Who would have thinks that somebody burning garbage? They contributed. They stepped up.
Supporters of the community.
They really are. Rob Bilson has been a huge organizer for us. We would not be where we are if it weren't for Angela Jeff Williams in particular. They have just been instrumental in financially underwriting us, supporting us, and then guiding us in hiccups and hurdles that we've come across.
Yeah. Pine Pharmacy has helped out. Judge Mornello has helped out. H.W. Brick has come through.
Great.
And it's not just in monetary forms, like you said, with McDonald's coming through for us, and the people at the Cadilly Post offering their post when we go into the city market on the morning of the 28th. We're going to do all of our staging there, and the Cadilly Post has offered their post to go in and do all of the write-ups and the registrations and who goes first, who goes second, who
Again,
goes
all the
third.
stuff you don't realize has to be done. You
you
just think
don't
the fire
know.
trucks are lining up and you got a parade.
Yeah,
But,
exactly. But you have to, and I would never have thought that you have to have so many people in between the musical acts. So if you have a band, you have to have 3 or 4 more people in between that before the next band, so they don't overlap each other. Thank
So
goodness for Candace.
who goes before McCartney?
Paul?
Yeah.
I was actually thinking about walking down with him, but
Yeah.
I don't think they'll allow me.
The Stones wanted the last part.
I heard something about my responsibility in the parade was going to be walking behind the horse.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Wow, you
Yeah.
hit that one on the head. That's very good. Very good. And of course, all the countless people that you didn't have time to mention that are helping. And they will be acknowledged in some way, shape, or form.
Yes, we've created a website, Rubu Productions, which is Colleen Larkin and Greg Larkin's company from here in the Falls. Great communication skill sets and everything. They've designed and developed a website, and we have a list of all of our contributors there. We still have room if anybody'd like to make a contribution to us. Please reach out to us. You can catch us through Facebook. There's an email address that we have. We're still accepting donations. It is a tax-deductible contribution. I'd also just like to thank Bill Brass, who's been instrumental, Mark Laurie, who's going to be one of the judges, along with Roger Spurback, and Diane Hoffman Privets, who is the president of the Niagara Falls Kiwanis Club. They're all going to be judges on a contest that we're having, or I'm sorry, they're going to be the judges for the parade,
floats.
for the floats.
Yeah, the floats
And
and
they'll
parade.
pick out the winners.
Yeah, we'll
Now,
have a
how
first,
many
second, and third.
participants do you have at this point?
So far, what did we say? 53, I believe, so far.
And in years
Now we
previous?
have
has it
40s to 50.
been- Okay, so
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
going biggest and
Bigger,
best.
bigger and better. We have 7 bands currently registered. Niagara Falls High School Band is coming, and then we have the Lou Custodi Dixie Band.
Cool.
We also have the Ghost Riders coming
Wow,
in. They're very,
wow.
yeah,
Good.
very prominent.
Are you
band.
familiar with the Ghost Riders?
Yeah.
Very prominent.
I'd encourage everybody just to ghost ride Buffalo.
Yeah.
Google them and
Uh-huh.
just listen to their music. I've done it a dozen times over the last month, just having it in the background
Yeah.
Sure.
at work.
sure.
It's really a dynamic group.
Yeah, they're
Wow,
fantastic.
great.
We have 3 Piper bands coming. So it's just, it's been great because we actually had people coming to us and asking us, can we be in your parade? The bands solicited us, and that has been one of the most heartwarming things to see
Excellent.
about the parade. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We also have more registrants coming in. I know that we're going to put the email address up. If they want to have registration forms sent to them, it'd be fantastic. We have more room. We have so many people coming in now that are helping. As Bill said, the Kiwanis Club is coming in. We have the honor guards coming. We have the firemen and the policemen. All of the Army recruiters, Marine recruiters, the young Marines, the youth Marines are coming out for us.
Homeland Security has
Yeah.
a car in the parade.
Any politicos at all? It really isn't political season, but
yeah.
But you have to invite them. I
yeah,
mean,
because they throw good candy.
Yeah, the
usually.
city and state dignitaries will of course be.
Now, are you able to throw candy?
no.
Isn't there some law
There's now
that
an
you can't
ordinance,
throw?
so you pass it out.
Yes.
So if somebody wants to throw out candy, they can walk along the side.
Yes.
But to the city's benefit, and you know what? This is
I'd
really
throw
something. Yeah.
Snow globes.
Yeah.
Just toss.
I'd throw snowballs. But one of the things that I'd really like to, the city of Niagara Falls, a lot of people find it easy to complain and criticize, but the city of Niagara Falls has really stepped up, and all of the different departments that touch this, DPW, for example, the police department, closing streets.
Yeah.
They've even come forward with totes so that anybody who comes to the parade, please bring a small item of a non-perishable goods. Socks, as an example. We're going to collect these in city totes up and down the city,
Yes.
up and down Pine Avenue, and we're going to turn them over to...
Turn them over to the Cadilly post or one of the
Oh,
VFW
great.
posts.
So you're going to turn them over to that goat or something.
Yeah.
Okay, you're not throwing these things out.
But
You're doing-
it's,
All right.
something as simple as a deck of playing cards or a package of Slim Jims.
Oh, cool.
T-shirts, something like that, feminine products for the women who are serving. We will have the totes. They're going to be kids going up and down. I was actually talking with Bill this morning. If anyone needs to have a letter for community service, if you have hours of community service that have to be put in for something even in school, we can do that if you help out with the parades. We need
You've got
a
need for some.
Yes, we need bodies.
We
Okay,
need
there you go,
parade
kids.
marshals.
Good community
someone
service.
to say, here you're next, and go
Right.
and kind of time out the parade so that we get where we're going when we need to.
Right.
Yeah.
I would like to also call out a couple of people. Mark Grozio, the county legislator from Little Saddle area, has been very generous in his contributions to the parade and underwriting it. And if legislators Zona and Virtuoso and Sneed happen to be listening, perhaps they could match Legislator Groz's contribution and throw a check at us.
There you go.
And actually, Council Chairman Tuma and Councilman Tompkins have been very generous.
Right.
So any other councilman that may not have contributed, there's a couple of others that would like to call your attention to their generosity.
Great. So, anything else?
Well, I would like to mention that one of the city's newest food trucks, the Great Foodini, who makes magic with foods, is going to be located out at Hyde Park and Pine Avenue, I understand. So,
Excellent. He's
something new.
excellent. He was a big part of the Park Place Market last season, and people would be. He's got a following, that's for sure. So the Great Foodini, I'm excited about that, and the music festival. He's hit them all. That's great.
Yeah. Something actually that I'm excited about is we are having, it's sponsored by Roger Spurback, and we are having an essay contest for Niagara Falls High School and Niagara Catholic High School, grades 9 through 12. And what the contest is, it just has to be approximately 250 to 300 words. What Veterans Day means to you.
Wow.
Coming from a
high school essay contest.
perspective. And if anyone wants to participate in that, we have the email address that's going in. They can just send it to me.
Right.
And the Niagara Gazette is going to judge that for us.
Individuals, as well as it'll be a good opportunity for
Yes.
Niagara Falls High School and
Yes.
Niagara Catholic to face
And,
off
yeah,
in a
and-
non-athletic competition.
Exactly.
And your
there's
literary skills are well known, but
Yeah.
you can't
I
participate.
can't, well,
and there's a $100 prize for the
how
winner
cool.
of the
Wow,
essay.
nice.
Yes.
Roger
And,
Spurback, a good community guy.
He
that's
is.
for
He's
sure.
a wonderful guy. And also, in keeping with what this means, why we're having the parade to begin with, we are honoring World War II veterans as Grand Marshals of the parade. And they are all in their 90s,
Wow.
which is, it touches me. Mr. William Cressman, who is an Army vet, Harvey Albond from the Navy, John, and I always say this wrong.
John Gowell.
Gowell, thank you. John Gowell, who is a Marine vet, and Chester Gowell, his brother, who is a Navy veteran.
Wow.
And they get to ride in convertibles and be grand marshals of the parade
Wow,
this year.
how lucky are we to have them?
Yeah,
That's
the last
fantastic.
great generation.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely.
That's excellent.
Absolutely.
Let's,
So remember, free breakfast at McDonald's on
Yes.
Pine Avenue, free lunch or
Lunch.
dinner at Carmine's with
and beer.
and beer
And a beer.
with military ID.
Very good.
Absolutely.
Excellent. Hey, thanks, guys. This is excellent. On
Thank you very
behalf
much
of
for
the
having us.
community, thank you.
Thank you.
Terry, great work.
Thank